Nangangati na naman ang itlog ko, nangangati na naman ang itlog ko, ka. Nangangati na naman ang itlog ko, nangangati na naman ang itlog ko, ka. What's up YouTube, it's your boy Dashing and this is week 5 of the CDL. I am one of the coaches of Team Kati Itlog and this week we take on the Johnny Sinzors. So it's gonna be me versus Jake, Alan versus Scotty, and Haseen versus Aaron. So our first match is gonna be Alan versus Scotty. I asked Alan about this matchup to see, get more information for the video. What ones he was like expecting and what was kind of surprising to him. So he mentioned that he was expecting Zard, Victini, Suicune, Umbreon, and Cernius. So in his mind, those 5 was gonna come and then +1. Now, the +1 could be this Morpeko, but he did also mention that he was not expecting Scizor. If anything, Scizor was kind of a bad bring here, so he was surprised it came to the match. If you look at the team, Scizor, with the exception for knockoff, because I guess that's his only like knockoff user for the Porygon, I can see that knockoff could be good versus the Necrozma as well if it's but it could not work out for him if it's like a weakness policy set that can definitely just sweep. So I do see some merit to it, but yeah, it's probably not that good in the matchup. So yeah, let's check out the game, see how that went. So they lead Zard with Chomp, switches out to Suicune. I do agree with that play. If you look at the team, Zard Y beats everything here except for the Garchomp. So he did have a good matchup there, unless this was like a Mega Pinsir with Rock Slide. That would have been some tech. But yeah, I agree with not Rock Slide there over Rocks. Either one was kind of acceptable, because at least with the Rock Slide you potentially KO the Zard if it doesn't switch, and you get damage on the Suicune. You can calculate its bulk and all that. So a discharge comes out, paralyzes both, goes for liquidation on the Umbreon, does a shit ton of damage. So that actually reveals to be a banded Azu, which is actually really good, because he went for liquidation predicting like the Scizor switch, right? If Scizor came in predicting the play rough, that would have been blown away, probably in Aqua Jet and quick attack range. So he goes for liquidation on the Suicune switch, gets a defense drop, but that's fine. I would switch out here because Toxic is coming. Yep, very predictable there. Scald would have been good as well to get like a potential burn, I guess. Umbreon comes back, goes for a Wish, gets some hacks in his favor with the paralysis, goes for Toxic on the Teleport. This is actually why Teleport is such a good move in Gen 8 in general. You can bring them on safely and bypass like moves like Toxic. He was 100% comfortable going for that because Umbreon cannot touch the Porygon now that it's paralyzed. So Azu comes in, it's gonna be another mix-up between liquidation and play rough. He goes for play rough, catches the Umbreon, gets a KO. Solid turn for him. Morpeko comes in on the Pori 2, goes for Ice Fang, predicting the Chomp, because the Chomp would have blocked like the electric aura wheel. He actually goes for Teleport here, and I don't agree with this play, honestly. Teleport into the Necrozma. I would have just gone for the Chomp, right? Just go for the Chomp. And since he was in electric form, Rocks was kinda free, but I guess he didn't want to go to the Chomp because he thought Ice Fang would kill, but no way Ice Fang kills. Come on. It's Chomp. Miss Chomp would be proud. But yeah. He actually trades a shit ton of damage for Necrozma on the Morpeko. So that's actually why I don't agree with this play. It was such a bad play. Getting like almost 80% off your Uber just for a resisted hit on a Morpeko. And also that play right there, if Morpeko attacked during that turn, he would have lost Necrozma for no reason. So he actually makes like this. Some people could call this a throw by protecting there. There was like no reason to protect there. The electric move would have done good damage to everything here. And even if it's blocked by Chomp, you can attack Chomp with the Ice Fan next turn. So there was no reason to protect there. That was a choke, in my opinion. Because for Aura Wheel here, there's good damage to the Azu, even getting a crit through resist. He actually switches out because AJ was very predictable there. And at this point, I guess, Alan didn't feel pressured even though one of his main win cons was already, heavily chipped. You would think he would go for like a play rough there, but yeah, not wanting to like lose Mons for no reason. He just went for the Aqua Jet on the Morpeko, switches out when Caesar comes in, sacks the Pori to a knockoff, but he's able to do a shit ton with HP Fire. Holy shit. Was that analytic boosted? Right? Analytic boosted HP Fire? Holy shit. So yeah, switches to Suicune, not wanting to get quick attack, but he makes a good read going for SD and goes X-Scissor. Huh? This was very confusing to me watching it. Because Alan eventually showed me the set. It appeared that he didn't have return. He actually forgot that Pinsir got area late. So if you looked at that turn, +2 return definitely Okos the Cernias because a resisted hit did that much, and return would have done so much more. So yeah, I think it would have definitely Oko'd in my opinion. I haven't calculated it, but I'm pretty confident he would have swept the 3, so he would have won 5-0. But yeah, Necrozma comes in, he actually reveals to be Scarfed, outspeeding the Cernias. Zard comes in, Mega evolves, knowing he could take the Steel move and makes a huge read with Ancient Power. Necrozma goes for Rock Slide, takes out the Zard. Morpeko comes in, dies to Rock Slide, and that's gonna be GG. It's Kati. So, a very interesting game. Here's what I would say. Alright? If the Morpeko just KO'd the Necrozma, he would have got a hit off probably, or no, he would have brought out Azu, and then the things would unravel the way it did, which means the Chomp would have had to come out on the Cernias, right? And then if it didn't Oko from the range it was at, then he just loses, right? I mean, he could Aqua Jet, and then I think Scissor was still alive. He could just bullet punch there. So he could have lost that one. He could have lost that. Yeah. But yeah. Stuff happened in our favor, and we take those definitely. We're 1-3. We need all the help we can get. So next up is my game, me versus Jake. The matchup is kinda in the middle, but I would say it is in my favor. Maybe 60, 40, 65, 35, something like that. Pretty in my favor if he brought like the right ones, but he didn't. That's that's what made the match pretty easy. He actually had Scolipede, and I was really scared of the Scolipede because in my mocks, Scolipede coming was like the only way I could have lost this game. But yeah, let's check out the game and see how that went. So we lead Slop, I lead Coco. I bring out a tech here by going Protect on the Fake Out, knowing that Fake Out plus Return KOs us. So if he doesn't go for if he just goes for Return, we live that and we can KO it back. I go for Dazzling Gleam there on turn 2 as he went to the what do you call this? The Hydreigon. Now, in his opinion, he made like a wrong play there, or he predicted like the electric move. But if you look at his team, you have 4 months weak to Fairy. So there was no reason for me not to go for the Dazzling Gleam, because even if you went to Celesteela, I could just Volt Switch on it, and you know, if it's not defensive, it probably won't die to Volt Switch, but it would to like a discharge. But yeah, I would have Volt there. So there was no drawback play to just going Dazzling there. And at this point, I kind of knew the game was ours because one of his few threats of winning was the Hydreigon. So now that I don't need to like make reads on if it's like a Scarf set, and it was a Scarf set, which was actually the best set he could have brought in this particular matchup. I go for a Volt Switch, he goes for a Geo as predicted. We can just smash here. Interestingly enough, Moonblast does more damage than like an HP Fire, but he did say it was HP Ground that he brought, which I thought was kind of interesting. We switch out to Shaymin on the predicted Willow. I go for like a Leech Seed here, knowing none of the mons that would come in would want to take that. I was actually also packing Dazzling Gleam there because, you know, 3 remaining mons weak. But yeah, Celesteela was kinda predictable there, so we just go for the Leech Seed and bring Claydol in. I can just go for like I can just set up rocks here to, you know, get chip off on the mons coming in. And this is an amazing position for us. I get Coco in on the Murkrow, and nothing wants to take like a Volt Switch or even a T-Bolt at this point. So Celesteela comes in, I go for a Volt Switch, and holy shit, that does 60% without terrain. So had I Dazzling Gleam like in the first turn or second turn, and he went to Celesteela and I went for the electric move, then, you know, that would have fell. But yeah, I bring out Mienshao here. I go for a knockoff. I actually knock off predicting the what's this? The Sableye to come in. But yeah, it doesn't really work out for me. He goes for Leech Seed, try to get some HP back. Switches to Sableye on the predicted CC, but I go for Claydol, set up rocks again. Goes for a Toxic. That's fine. Claydol, I don't really need Claydol in this matchup. It's just like a sack at this point. I bring out Vaporeon here, get some chip on the Lop. He goes for a CC. I just go for a Wish as it takes more helmet damage. No reason for me not to. Even if he goes for like Sub, that's fine because, you know, he's still gonna die to like chip damage. Interestingly enough, I don't attack here. I just go for the switch to Mienshao. The reason being, I EV'd Vaporeon to be slower than the Celesteela so that if Coco got worn down, I could still pass wishes to it reliably, not having to worry about Celesteela's, you know, heavy slam or EQ. I pull the trigger on the CC, take out the Celi, and all his mons is weak to Dazzling Gleam now, so we just switch out to Claydol because it's like the most expendable mon. He reveals Triple Axle, which means he does not have Return. So it's Fake Out U-Turn, CC, Triple Axle. Murkrow comes out on the rocks. We bring in Coco here. He's probably gonna defog. Yup. He goes for defog as we go for the Gleam. None of his mons wants to take the Gleam. He brings out Sableye here as we go for the Gleam, do 99. That's a shit ton of damage. He goes for Protect, try to get more chip on us. But yeah, this game is pretty much over. I am actually... I am Sash on the... If you look at the matchup, he could still win this because he outspeeds everything on my team. He has CC that maybe will kill the Necrozma from that range. Maybe. I'm not sure because I am max HP. Triple Axel KOs the Shaman. I guess if he gets like a crit on Vaporeon, that could work. But the thing is, I did switch out the Mienshao earlier, and we are Sash, so yeah, we can just sack Coco here, you know. I actually had Coco stay in just in case he goes for Triple Axel and he gets less than 3 hits. We can live that and Coco gets another kill. But yeah, knowing Mienshao is full, even if he got like 3 I think even if he got like 3 crits on the Triple Axel, that's still not gonna kill. Yeah, he just gets 2. Well, yeah, I think it would kill if he got like the 3rd crit, maybe. But yeah, we just go for CC, and that's gonna be GG. It's dashing. An amazing game for us. We prepped really well for that. And I got to interview Jake after the game, so yeah, we kind of talked about it. Yeah, it was kind of tough for him. He didn't really get to prep that much from I believe what he said. So yeah, I did say that Scolipede was a really a good bring here. So it was surprising he didn't have that, which, you know, good for us. But he is learning. He seems to have like the worst record in his team. So from our perspective, this was, you know, seen as like a bonus game for me. I just needed Alan or Hassan to win their games and we can win the week. But yeah, let's check out our last game. This is gonna be Hassan versus Aaron. So hoping we can get like a solid 3-0 this week, since we do have like an advantage from like at least the Uber perspective. So he needs Lycan Rock on the Torn. He goes for SD, very interesting. I guess he was predicting him to switch out, but he actually switches out. Now that made no sense to me. Like, why would you SD and then switch out? You know, you could have went for a crunch there, but I guess he didn't want. He wasn't sure that crunch would kill. So, you know, maybe he should have just went for like a rock move that turn. So yeah, SD didn't make any sense there. Mew comes in, goes for a Scald, gets burned. Swaps the burn. So we still don't know the item of the Slowking. Mew goes for CM, Torn comes in. Goes for a U-turn, gets some chip on the Mew. It's probably just gonna recover this turn. Yup. Soft-boiled. Cernius comes in. Is it gonna Geo? No Geo, just Moonblast. Okay, I kinda like that. You know, not being too predictable. He goes for DD here. He goes DD again. On the Scald, no burn. Yep, no burn. And he goes EQ. Now, that kind of tells me he doesn't have knockoff, and I think knockoff would have been really good this game because knockoff KOs the Slowking, and with the Steel Strike you could KO Torn, Cernius, and I guess EQ for the Salazzle, right? So he goes for another Scald here. Brings out Torn on the Steel Strike, so the Steel Strike does take out the Torn. And Steel Strike is gonna fall short on the Slowking. So yeah, he could have, at the very least, he probably could have taken the Aggron too. So what would have happened there is he takes out the Slowking, he brings Aggron out, he Megas, and If he goes for like a body press or iron defense, whichever, he's gonna be able to get two EQs off, and that's definitely gonna put it in range of like a flamethrower from Mew, as you'll see later on. Haxorus comes in, goes for a DD. He goes for Ice Beam, does good damage. Switches out to Salazzle, Poison Jab. I mean, why? You have EQ, right? Yeah, he always brings EQ, but why Poison Jab? Salazzle reveals to be a Scarf, so he's locked into Sludge Wave. D-Knight comes in, Aggron comes out, goes for a DD, you know, very predictable. Goes for DD again, as he goes for Iron Defense. So yeah, this is another misplay of Hassan not just going for the attack. He's losing more by just DDing than just attacking like the first turn. So I'm not sure why he did that, but yeah, it's a poor place. He had a lot of poor plays this game. He goes for Flamethrower. So as you could see, the Flamethrower did 31. So had he got like the plus 2 EQs on the Aggron, that would have definitely put it in range. And then the Haxorus could have taken on the other mons, but yeah. Goes for a Body Press. Falls to the burn. Cernius comes out, so he can just Geo here. Does he Geo? Yup, Geo, and that should seal the game. Nothing really much Hassan can do at this point. Moonblast should KO, yup. Lycan Rock comes in, goes for a Moonblast, reveals to be Sash. Very, what do you call this? Very disappointing. No Endeavor. No Endeavor, but you know, Hassan did say that he didn't really prep for this game, which is very disappointing. Like, you have a week to prepare, but you know, not preparing for the game is kinda very disappointing. But yeah, you know, we did win the week, so hopefully next week he does get to prep more. I mean, I do get it. Some players, they play like multiple leagues at the same time, which is actually something I'm against, especially if you can't manage it. Like, if you can manage it, fine, but you know, if you're gonna be like, I didn't prep for this week, you know, because you know, I had to play other games, then you know, that's very irresponsible in my opinion. So yeah, we're gonna win this week 2-1 versus the Johnny Sinzors, and that's gonna give us a record of, I believe, 2-3. So yeah, hopefully we can make it 3-3 next week, and that's gonna be the video. If you guys like the content, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to support your boy even more, links to Patreon down in the description. I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers!